And first of all, what an incredible night we had here at the First Bank Center. I know we have a lot of media. I know we got a lot of fans in the house tonight, so I'm going to play the announcer. Who here had a good time tonight at the First Bank Center in Denver, Colorado? You know, guys, we had some incredible, memorable fights. Absolutely jam-packed in the First Bank Center. We're very, very grateful to all of the Colorado fans that came out and watched in attendance. I'm sure a lot of you have been monitoring what's happened on social media. There's a lot being talked about, and it's all about BKFC 41, and we're very, very proud about that. We are going to get all of our winners up here momentarily, but we're going to hand it off right away to the president and the founder, Mr. David Feldman, folks.
Thanks, guys. Great fucking night. Great fucking night for BKFC and the sport and the fighters. It was unfucking believable. We don't have exact attendance numbers. We did right around 8,000. We did very close to $1 million gate. Phenomenal for being in business for 4.5 years, and everybody wrote us off time after time after time again. These fighters came in tonight. They delivered. They fought their asses off. They all left it in the middle of that ring. Phenomenal night for us. Fighter tonight, Chad Mendes versus Eddie Alvarez. KO of the night, Dylan Weinmiller scored a 7-second knockout, second fastest in BKFC history. Phenomenal night for us. I just want to thank, I really, truly just want to thank the fighters from the bottom of my heart, man. I asked them, I did a fighter speech, and I did it differently this time. I did it from my heart. I told them that I bet my fucking house on this. I bet my house on this. Well, Christina, we get to keep our house. So, thank you, Chris Camozzi. Really great night for us. The fighters left it in the ring. What I asked them to do, and I told them we're going to give out 8 to 10 bonuses. We're going to give out 10 to 12 bonuses tonight. We're going to give some extra money to these fighters because they earned it. Great night for us. Any questions? Or are we going to do this later? What are we doing? How are we doing this? Questions now? Questions. It was just, it's unbelievable. It's like, having a child and watching your child grow up and finally graduates, grade school. Then he graduates high school. And tonight he fucking graduated college. Unbelievable. I mean, we don't know what the numbers did. We just know we were trending number 1 in the world, so it had to do some numbers unless everybody stole the event from us, which could be possible, but at this stage of the game, it sucks. But, we know that tens of millions of people watched this event tonight. It was really the only combat sporting event on tonight, and no offense to the UFC, who's a phenomenal organization, obviously number 1 in the world, but everybody was watching us tonight.
Dave, we have one over here as well.
Kyle Mish, mission accomplished. How important was the matchmaking tonight for the success of this event? Incredible matchmaking. Shout out to your matchmakers for this. Without matching up Mendes and Alvarez, you don't get Connor here putting a stamp of approval on this sport. Can you talk about that for a second?
Absolutely. Look, we got a great matchmaker. Sometimes the fighters get mad at him because he can be a little frugal from time to time. But he puts on great fights. I mean, he puts on great fights. We put on great fights as an organization. A lot of people were saying to me, who do you want to win? Do you want Luke to win? Do you want Mike Perry to win? Do you want Eddie to win? Do you want Chad to win? I want the fans to win. I want a great fight. And when the great fights happen, the fans win, and the fans won tonight.
All right, Dave, we have another one right over here. I'll come over there next.
Matthias Burbella, Sports Grid. When did you find out that Conor McGregor was going to be here? And when you did find out, how did you react to it, considering you had one of the best lineups of the night in all fight world?
At the end of the day, I was really paying attention to the fights. It was a sold-out crowd, unbelievable crowd here, unbelievable fighters, unbelievable fights. So I don't want to take away from these guys. But, of course, it's phenomenal to have Conor McGregor here, the number 1 talked about combat sports athlete in the world, jumps in the ring and challenges one of our fighters. And whether it ever happens or not doesn't really matter. The fact is it was a viral moment for us. And the fact is, when he's talking about it, everybody else in the combat sports world is talking about it. So it was a great thing for us.
Yeah, definitely. Gigantic moment for us. Another question for President David Feldman.
Dan Cool, Combat Press. Nice to meet you. Which fight surprised you the most?
really, they were all great. I mean, you know, the women's fight was sensational. Beck Rawlings came to win that title. Unfortunately for her, she suffered a very bad cut eye and wasn't able to continue. But she came, you know, she brought it. She wanted to win that title. And Christine Ferea showed tonight that she is still one of the baddest women in the world. So nothing really surprised me tonight. You know, it was an awesome night for us. It was an awesome night.
All right, we have another one back here for the president, David Feldman.
What's up, David? Matt Tucker, Fight Hub TV. Just wondering if you had any updates on Luke Rockhold and what caused the injury.
Luke Rockhold got some of his teeth got cracked, so that's why he wasn't able to continue. In case a lot of people were worried, his teeth definitely got messed up pretty good, you know. And what a great start to that fight, right? Great fight.
All right, any more questions for David Feldman? I'll approach you with the mic. We have one over here. I'm coming by. Pardon me.
We know that coming into tonight, a lot of people were looking to earn title shots. Ben Rothwell called for the heavyweight title. We also had Chris Camozzi earlier in the week saying that he had talked to you about, with a possible win, getting to challenge Lorenzo Hunt. Any matchmaking you want to do tonight?
Not really. I want to say that Ben Rothwell certainly earned a top contender spot. Chris Camozzi went out there and looked great and certainly showed that, you know, he could do the same, but we have some other things possibly in the works. We're going to know in the next week or so, you know, how all that pans out.
Any more for President David Feldman? Do we have any more? Put your hand up if we have any more.
What's up, Lorenzo?
All right, here you go.
Lorenzo Hunt with Bare Knuckle News. I just want to say, after an amazing ascension and continue to rise and rise and rise, what do you have planned next? Please tell us.
You know, honestly, sleep. Like, seriously, and I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I slept 3 hours this week. You know, I need some sleep. I need to spend some time with my family. I need my son to spend some time with his family, and you know, my team to spend some time with their family. Like, they finally deserve the day off, so they're going to have Monday off.
All right. Any more questions for the president of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, the founder, David Feldman? All right.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Looks like we're gearing up for Eddie Alvarez and Chad Mendes to come on up here, and you get your questions ready. We'll approach you if you have a question. As always, raise your hand. There he is, the Underground King himself, the winner, Eddie Alvarez up there. And then Chad Money Mendes, he's on the way up in just a moment. Hell of a fight, the fight of the night. Congratulations to both warriors on that. But we're going to take some questions here. So put your hand up and I'll walk over to your first question. All right, excuse me.
First of all, guys, congratulations on a great fight. I'm curious, everyone's saying in the lead up to this, oh, it's going to be a war. Was it exactly that for Eddie first? Was it the war you were expecting?
Yeah, I think so. I think we matched up really well. I think we both knew that. Even in the lead up, we both said it would end, and neither one of us said who would end it. I was careful of saying that I wouldn't end him, and I think he was the same because he knew at any minute either one of us could catch each other. And I just want to say something about, like, I was declared the winner tonight, yeah, but I would have been totally fine with a draw. And I think the idea when two fighters get inside of a cage is not to win but win the crowd, and I think we did that tonight. So we won you guys, you know. Yeah.
All right, I think we have, he wants to hear from Chad as well. He said the same question.
Well, yeah, that, and I'm just curious, obviously, like, Conor was there. You both have your history with Conor. There's one point I think you even pointed at him after landing an uppercut, Eddie.
I thought he yelled uppercut for me to do it.
He did.
But I thought, I overheard that he was helping him. So I don't, I think he was playing both sides. I don't.
All right, we have more questions over here.
Eddie, you said something on the microphone after your fight. You said that you have no doubt in your mind that this is going to be the biggest sport in the world. Can you speak on that a little bit and send a message to the rest of the fighters out there who are thinking about coming over to bare knuckle?
Yeah, I say that because when you look at every sport and the evolution of every sport, basketball started a shot clock, and even football started to wind things down and shorten up the play to make it more action-packed. And I even felt that in there today. Chad would drop me, and I was able to recover and able to keep it exciting because it's only 10 minutes. It's so difficult to fight for 5-minute rounds, and everybody who ever fought for a long period of time knows how big of a feat that is. It's so ridiculous. So to shorten it up to 2 minutes makes it more action-packed, more feasible. I think the fans win, I win, Chad wins. We all win when we only got to fight for 2 minutes, you know? Yeah.
And the ring's so small. I mean, like I said, I kept saying that in all the interviews lead up to this. Like, you have no choice but to be in each other's face. Like, there's no running anywhere. You're swinging. You're standing in front of each other and just winging them. So, yeah, man, that was a cool fight. I'm glad that was the one that I get to go out on. Obviously, I would have liked a win, but if it was going to be any way that I would, outside of a win, that's the way.
All right, another question from the media right over here.
Chad, after the fight, you retired. Did you know coming in that you were going to retire, and when did you make that decision?
Yeah, I've been going back and forth with this. I mean, obviously I retired from the UFC back in 2018, and I honestly was done. You know, I've been pouring my heart and soul into a few businesses and just spending the quality family time that I love doing. So I had no desire, but, you know, something like this came up, and obviously the pay is really damn good, and it's something that's new, which kind of excited me, so I did it. And kind of, you know, I was done after that first one, and then they dangle somebody like this dude in front of me, and I'm like, all right, fuck, I'll do one more. This could be the retirement fight. But I honestly was just kind of taking it fight by fight. I said that before the fight. But man, I don't need to be doing this shit anymore, man. It's fun, but I feel like at this point I'm just being selfish, man. I got a solid family that loves me, and you know, I got other things in the works that I can just pour my heart and soul into and be successful at. So, but man, that was a hell of a fight.
It sure was, man. We got another one right here.
Eddie, I know the wounds are still fresh, but is this something that you want to do again?
Yeah, I'll be fighting again. And I say this because this training camp for me was like, I wanted to try something new. This is something new for me. I never did this before, but when you take away the wrestling and you take away the kicks and the knees and the elbows, I know my face looks like this, but this is going to go away in 2 weeks. The training camp was so, like, I don't know, it's so much more enjoyable than an MMA training camp. And when Chad would know this, and guys who do MMA know this, the training camp for bare knuckle is like so enjoyable. I had a lot of fun. My coaches had a lot of fun learning the nuances of this sport, and I just, you know, I took a shot, try something new, and more importantly, I did it because I got Chad. I was gonna sit for as long as I needed to sit before I got an opponent where fans were really excited about, and I got the opponent, and I think it showed tonight why, you know, this is why I took the fight, because of what happened tonight.
All right, we have 2 more questions, and we'll get you guys out of here for Eddie and Chad.
I got a question for Chad. Iconic walkout. You know, I remember when you walked out against Conor McGregor, the band. I got the feels tonight again. Nice. Could you talk about your walkout tonight, your last one? Iconic walkout. I'm sure many, many fans are sad tonight because it's your last one.
Man, I'm sorry about that, but God, that felt so damn good, man. Knowing that most likely that this was going to be my last fight, I was trying to soak that in as much as I could. Getting up there with all that smoke and just looking out on the crowd and listening to Country Boy by Aaron Lewis. Yeah, I got a bit of the feels too. It was pretty cool, man. It's definitely something I won't forget.
All right, last one over here.
Hey Eddie, it's hey Eddie, hey, hey, it's Cullen with the Combat Sports Happy Hour. Hey man, it seemed like I had you winning some of the later rounds and definitely at least doing better. Was conditioning? Was that like? I know like part of that comes with so many years of fighting, but another part of it is how you prepared for this. How was your training camp as far as the strength and conditioning aspect of it?
I get a lot of slack online. I don't lift a lot of weights. I've been built naturally my whole life. I've never been into any enhancements. I lifted weights when I was younger, and I kept a good build like throughout I don't do a lot of strength conditioning. I did a lot of boxing for this because I get worried when I lift weights that I'll tighten up, so I don't lift a lot of weights. That's all I could say. Don't do much strength conditioning, not a lot of it. Not as much as damn fucking Chad, that's for sure. I love that. Yeah, he looks like he got a turtle shell on his back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That does it for Chad and Eddie. Give it up for the fight of the night. What a battle. Give it up for Chad Mendes. What a wonderful career. Eddie Alvarez, hell of a debut, man. Two warriors. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. The main event, Platinum Mike Perry. All right, Mike, we're getting some questions going here for you.
In favor of Eddie Alvarez.
Oh, look at him. He's all comfortable. He's ready
What's
to
up,
answer some
everybody?
questions. That's Mike Perry. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
First question for Mike Perry. You ready, Mike? Over here.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Over here, Mike.
Where we at?
Micah Frankel, CageMinds.com, sir. You walked out, you had this presence going. You didn't even have the belt because you were so focused. The belt's now back with you. What was the mindset like those you were making that walk?
It was a little nerve-wracking. I don't know. The walk, though, is like once I made the decision, I was in the back like thinking about, like if I walked out with the belt, like that could be the reason I don't perform or something. I wanted to so that my team could put it on me when I won, but I wasn't sure if I was going to win. And that's what the nerve-wrackingness is. And I want to perform. Ultimately, I want to be great. I train hard. I want to be a great boxer. I know I am a great boxer. And when it comes to, going up against an opponent, all these things were up in the air, bigger than ever, a new weight class. Size and stuff, but man, Platinum got hands, dog, and chin too.
All right, here we go. We got another one.
Gabriel Padilla, Cage Minds. Congrats on a big win, Mike. You are now the Platinum Bare Knuckle World Boxing Champion. What happens next, brother?
I was already. I won this title for myself against MVP over there in London. I brought it to the States, and I defended it against Luke Rockhold. Maybe the next one will take a picture with me, and they'll actually try to take this thing from me. But, man, I think that'll be a tough task for anyone in the bare knuckle boxing ring. There are some great athletes in this sport, and I just looked up at one of the big champs over there, and he's so super successful. Shout out to the Juggernaut, man. And he's got, I don't know how many BKFC belts. I got to put the Platinum up against gold at some point, but, hey, what is it? These guys that are in the sport already that are super, I fought my first one. The guy had 9 fights. Yeah, some points of the fight were close, but people who can count the punches know I well overpunched him. And now I'm better. I've understood the game a lot more. Now I've got the experience in bare knuckle, and you see what happens to people who don't have the experience in this sport. It hurts them. And, even if they were experienced in this sport, I think I can hurt people, bare knuckle boxing, regardless of who they are, man. Platinum got hands.
We saw that tonight. The undefeated bare knuckle fighter, Platinum Mike Perry. We have another question over here for you.
Talk to me about after you landed that shot on Luke that pretty much knocked him out of the fight because you knocked his teeth out. What was that like not going back into the ring because the fight was over? You looked so surprised. How shook were you when that happened? Because everybody was ready for another round.
I was ready for another round, and I was just shocked because I was like, man, that was too easy after all that hard work. And I think I was just getting into the fight. I was just digging into them body shots. He wasn't liking it. I jabbed him once, and he didn't like it. And then I don't know. It was like he was farther away, and then all of a sudden I was rocked, and I was like, oh, heck no, dude. So then I once I took the shot, I was like, okay, your size and your weight, I'm still platinum at the end of the day, man. My chin still held up strong, and I kind of liked it. I like getting hit sometimes. It makes me get into the fight. It makes me be me, and I'm one of the, roughest, toughest SOBs, son of a guns on the planet. Badass bare knuckle boxer, platinum Mike Perry.
All right, we have a question right over here.
Hey, Kyle Mitch from Mission Accomplished here. Mike, you went in there tonight and you took out a guy that was walking around when he walked into that ring over 200 pounds. You've proven that weight classes really don't matter to you. You're one of the best in the world in this sport. What is the move now? Do you want to stay at 185 and go after a title there, or are you thinking you could bounce around a little bit and start collecting belts?
Bare knuckle has the, it's what they want to do, because they do, thanks to my team and thanks to all my years of hard work and fighting and training, and it's really starting to pay off. The fight's got to make sense for them and for the money that they're paying me. They're like, hey, what would you say? What did you think who was going to win this fight? It was up in the air. It could have been 50-50. Luke's a big challenge. You look at him, you're like, damn, that guy's a problem maybe. But the platinum is platinum. So it's like the money's got to make sense for them. It's got to make sense for me. They're like, do you want belts or do you want money? Well, I want to feed my family. And I gave myself a belt, and damn it, I'm putting more credit, put some respect on me, my name, and the platinum bare knuckle boxing belt. Because damn it, I'm doing it out here. And man, I'm up in the air because that was my last fight on contract. I'm free from everybody, but I love bare knuckle boxing. I do love it. I love David Feldman and the bare knuckle crew and the team and the fans and everybody that's been showing so much support. They love this bloody stuff too. So,
well, we're lucky to have you, Mike. We appreciate you being here. Let's go over here for one more. We have two more questions.
Ryan Garcia from Denver Sports Betting. Been a fan for a long time, man.
Ryan Garcia.
Been a fan for a long time, man. You seem real happy. This resurgence, what does it mean to you?
Of course I'm happy, man. I went out there. I wasn't sure if I was going to win a fight. You seen, I was surprised. I was like, oh, it's already over. Damn, that was easy, man. No offense to Luke, man. I know he trained hard. I told him good job just for making the weight. I know he had a tough weight cut. He did so many pounds in one day. And it's boxing, though. I mean, you got to be a gritty guy like me. What's next for me? Conor McGregor. He likes to box, too. We go throw hands. So, and he gave me a face-off, man. How cool was that, bro? That's what's up, bro. I'm real humble, really, to be honest, because I've been fighting a long time. I've been in some ups and downs, some tough fights, and some things didn't go my way. And these guys are coming over here fighting me at what seems to be my best attributes. I got a chin, I got some hands, and it's bare knuckle, and people don't like getting hit like that. So, you know, whoever wants to smoke, dog, I'm about to go smoke. We in Colorado.
Wow. That's a Mike Perry comment if I ever heard one. I love it. All right, my friend, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, Dan Cool, Combat Press. So the length, the reach advantage, that type of stuff obviously plays into the game, and everything leading up to this was a much longer fight. Or did you train specifically for that, or are you just Mike Perry in training? Do you just dip in on everybody and go for broke, or I mean, do you plan for that? That was a pretty sizable length advantage, and you managed it seemingly seamless, right?
I fight a lot of big guys, heavyweights. I trained with Lyoto Machida for this fight, who fought Luke many years ago, 8 years ago. And, you know, Luke had his grappling in that fight, and Lyoto helped me a couple times. He had to deal with me. And but that was with 16-ounce gloves on. That was the biggest thing coming in bare knuckle. I'm like, what's it going to be like when his big old fist? He got me with that one joke, man, about the Burger King. He said, these tiny hands can't eat the burger or whatever. I was like, damn, my hands do look tiny. And I wonder how his big fist is going to hurt. But, you know, I train at a gym called Technique. I love the sport of boxing. I really do. I'm a big fan of Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Robinson style. Man, I like the swag of boxing. As you see, SMF, Styles Make Fights, gets me out here looking extra drippy every fight. So, go back to the gym and the drawing board soon. I'll have a weekend to myself and my family, and then, that fight was so fast. I got to get ready for the next one.
All right, Mike, we got our last one over here. We're right over here, Mike. Here you go.
All right.
Lorenzo Hunt with Bare Knuckle News, man. Just want to give a shout out. It was an amazing fight. I never for 1 second didn't think you didn't have it. But what I want to know is, when did you know you had it?
After he hit me. Thank you very much for your I'm honored you're a real champion in this sport, bro. And it's a pleasure to get that praise from you. So, it was, I don't know, maybe it was walking down into the ring. I believe in myself more and more and more, but I know we got to toe the line and we got to get at it first. And then once he hit me, it's like, all right. Yeah, so if you fight me, you don't want to make me mad. You don't want to hit me too hard, because then I'm going to get mad and I'm coming after you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the undefeated bare knuckle fighter, Platinum Mike Perry. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to bring up the champ, Christine Misfit Ferea. Big win over Beck Rawlings, Roddy Beck Rawlings tonight. Christine Ferea is going to be coming up for a couple questions. Going up there, champ. Congratulations. Just put your hand up. You have a question for the Misfit, and I'll come over and... Beck's coming up. I love it. Beck's up there, too. All right. What a fight, guys. Yeah. We have Beck Rawlings, Christine Misfit Ferea. Give it up for both warriors. Yeah. What a fight. All right, first question. Put your hand up. You have one? Okay.
Micah Frankel, Cage Minds. For both of you, did the fight play out as you expected?
Yeah, she's a tough bitch. So I knew she was going to be tough. I knew she was going to be hard to put down. I knew she was going to crack. I knew she hit hard. I talked to some old sparring partners of hers as well, and they said she cracks and she doesn't go down. She's super tough.
Yeah, I knew I was in for a fight. I did not take Christine lightly at all. I trained really hard and I stayed focused this whole camp, and I knew we were in for a dog fight, and it's just a shame it got stopped too early, because I think we were both having fun in there.
Thank you. Let's move to our next media question.
Gabriel Padilla, Cage Minds. Congrats on a big win, Christine. What happens next, and how are you feeling after this fight tonight?
I mean, I'm here for anybody, anytime. I'm training my ass off. Maybe a rematch. I don't know what they want with her, but I do want to get that solidified win on her. I know I won, but I don't like the cut. I don't know what's next. Whatever David and everybody else has for me, I'm ready to go at any time.
All right, thank you for that answer. We have another question right over here.
Kyle Mish from Mission Accomplished over here. Christine, you said you were looking for somebody who's actually going to come forward and fight you, and you finally got it, right? How happy were you to actually get in there with somebody that was going to scrap? And the fight was stopped by a cut. Would you guys run this back if they?
Yeah, I would definitely run it back. I wanted to get in there with somebody who was gonna scrap with me and be able to show that I'm not just a bully, and that I can fight and I can take punches and I can come forward, I can get knocked down, I can get back up, and she tested me in that way.
All right, any more questions? Oh, we got one more up here. Here you go.
Dan Cool, Combat Press. Both of you come into this game so mean, and you just carry it out, and now you're just like these nice, cordial people. Like, where does that come from? Where does that come from?
There's a switch somewhere. I get in my zone, and I can't like her before the fight. I don't want to punch somebody I like, so I get in a certain zone, and I can't make friends with her before a fight, because then I don't want to hurt my friend, and then when we sign again to fight, then I'm going to have to hate her again, so but it's after right now, and I appreciate her as an athlete, and I've always, she's the reason when when they contacted me to do bare knuckle, I was like, no, I didn't think it was real. it was, I thought it was underground. I wasn't going to do it. And then I knew Beck was in there, and that's what made me want to do it. So, I respect her for that.
Yeah, us fighters are actually nice people. We don't look it in there. Obviously, we've got to stay focused. And yeah, I know she was going out there to hurt me, and I was going out there to hurt her. And you just got to stay focused and dialed in. But there's one thing that's like an equalizer or a humbler, and that's getting punched in the face. And I've earned her respect, and she's earned my respect. So we're all love now until we get matched again. But it is what it is.
Great answer. All right, we got one more for the two of you.
All right, this question for Christine. This is Antonio from MMA Holes. I know a lot of fans felt like you should have been headlining this card. Will we see you headlining the next card, and if so, where would you want it?
I have no idea, but that would be awesome. Anywhere. I'm willing to go anywhere, fight anywhere, anytime. And I think that the guys that did headline it deserved it, and they put a lot into the sport overall, and I appreciate that and all the numbers they're bringing to bare knuckle. I love the sport. I want to see it grow, and however that happens, it does.
All right, thank you, ladies. Let's give it up for these two warriors. What an amazing battle, man. Thank you so much.
I think we should do the rematch in Australia. Come down under. See some kangaroos.
Thank you very much, these two amazing warriors. All right, up next, you saw another great fight tonight. It was Josh Copeland, local guy, Cuddly Bear, and it was Big Ben Rothwell. What an impressive performance. What an amazing fight. Give it up for these two warriors. It was insane. It was a war. What a great fight. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to take some questions. Just put your hand up if you have a question. I'll come over and see you. All right, we got questions right over
first, here. First, can I borrow some sunglasses? As you can see, he got the professional stitch person, and I got, like, the guy's first day. Like, still bleeding. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, the first one's over here.
Micah Frankel, CageMinds.com. Ben Rothwell. Could you explain the adjustments that you made from the first to second round? Looked like Josh's movement was giving you some problems early.
That wasn't his movement. I was just standing there getting hit the first round, man. It was like I wasn't I came here for the month, and I talked about the elevation because I'm trying to explain what was going on in the first round. We try to get a good warm-up, but the first round I was like slug. And he, most of this damage he did to me, I didn't watch the fight yet. I'm guessing he clearly won the first round in my mind. When I sat down on the stool, I'm like, okay, motherfucker, I'm coming for you now. And the second round, I got into my groove, and my jab started landing. I felt like I was stifling some of the stuff. And my defense. I actually started using defense. So this was great for me. I learned a ton from him in these 3 rounds because I have a lot of things that I use, but I've been doing 16-ounce sparring 2 to 3 times a week for 20 years. I'm really, really good at sparring. I love it. I do it. I don't get hit. But some of the things that I do, I get into bare knuckle, and I'm like, oh, can I do this with a bare hand and stuff like that? In the second round, I'm like, yes, I can. And he's throwing shots at me, and I'm parrying. I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do. I think that was the major part. That, and I don't think he liked my clinch too much.
You're right, I didn't.
All right, another question over here.
Kyle Mish, mission accomplished. You kind of just answered my question. I was going to say, Cuddly Bear, you got to cuddle with him a little bit tonight. Talk about having that big hand on the back of your neck, and then second part of that question, Ben, the clinch work, man, that thing was a masterclass on working in the clinch tonight. Can you talk a little bit about working on the clinch work for Cuddly Bear?
I'll say it's not very often that someone cuddles better than I do, but this man took the cake tonight. So yeah, that was I didn't expect him to be that strong and that heavy, but hey, it is what it is, and I'm just blessed to be where I'm at, and I love it.
He is. I've hit some people. I've hit big men my size with less and crumbled them. And this guy took some extremely hard shots. What a chin! It made for a war. Made for a great fight, right? You guys.
What a fight, man. You're 100%.
You guys, as far as the clinch goes, that's what I'm saying. I learned a lot. Like, my cornerman, he said, I got a big guy I train with. I got a group of people. I clinch and destroy people in training, and in my MMA career, I just wasn't utilizing it enough. I wasn't using my jiu-jitsu. I wasn't utilizing a lot of my skills that I had in my corner. My guys are like, Ben, please show the world this stuff. Well, tonight, he brought it out. You got to see some of my clinch work. I believe in it. It's world class, and yeah, good job. Way to bring it out.
All right, here you go.
Dan Cool, Combat Press. Who hits harder and who has the better beard?
What do you guys think?
I mean, he's got a pretty cuddly beard. Look at that. That's pretty good. I honestly was like, looking at him like, damn, he's got me by a couple inches. And who the hell knows? We were both hitting each other. I don't know. What kind of question is that, man? Come on.
It's funny you say that because we're sitting there at weigh-ins yesterday, and I remember looking at him, and I'm like, man, he's got a nice beard. I'm like, he's showing me up. So, yeah, I love it.
We love the beard love. We love your fight, too. It was awesome, guys. Congratulations on a great fight. Thank you from all the fans. I think we can agree. Two warriors. What a fun fight to watch. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Josh Copeland and the winner, Big Ben Rothwell. All right, that concludes the press conference. Thank you so much, the media. We appreciate the support, and it was a great fight. So thank you very much, and we will see you next time at BKFC 42. Thank you so much, guys.